Hi, this is Netta from Black Sun, and my ultimate favorite band is a Swedish metal band called Pain of Salvation.
Netta, thank you so much for your time today. Pain of Salvation, which is the first time this band is being selected in this series. I think we've done 22 of these by now. We've had Judas Priest and Iron Maiden a few times, but Pain of Salvation
What?
is the first time that, yeah. So, hey, good. It's finally we can talk about Pain of Salvation. Before we do that, though, today is a very special day. Today is the album release day of let's just call it the debut album of the new Black Sun. So
Yes.
congratulations. I know everybody else is in Ecuador. You're bringing some
Yes.
Ecuadorian vibes in
I
Finland.
have. I bought this hat from a art fair in Guayaquil, which the rest of the band is right now. So they have their own
Exactly.
celebration, and I'm, in a way, I'm at happy. I'm in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Helsinki, but I'm in the mood for
There
Guayaquil.
you go. There you go. A party in Helsinki. Today, in today's world, an album release day is a day that you're just on, your computer a lot. There's a lot of content being published and people will start reaching out and posting stuff and what have you. But apart from wearing some Ecuadorian clothing, any plans to celebrate at all tonight for you?
Yes, I'm actually been running around cleaning the house because I have a friend coming in today
Uh,
and tomorrow also. But so I'm trying to make it look like somebody decent lives here and
yeah,
not
yeah,
two
yeah.
artists. So yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of celebration and also having some Zoom with the guys,
Oh,
at
of
some
course.
point to cheers.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, for sure, for sure. Awesome. And even though it's much earlier for them, I'm sure that they've started those cheersing already at this point, if I remember
Yes.
the guys from my last conversation.
Yeah. Yes, actually, they have I think, quite a big event there, like
Hmm.
100 people or so. So I don't know if they are panicking now, trying to get everything ready, or have they just, opened the beer, for
Yeah, 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 yeah,
breakfast?
yeah.
I don't know.
All right, all right. Well, we'll all see, I'm sure, some content from that floating around soon enough. So, Netta, we're going to talk about Pain of Salvation today. This is a
Mhm.
band that's been around for quite some time. So let's start at the start. Um, when did you discover like, did you discover them right at the start and did you kind of grow up with them? Or is this a band that you discovered later in life and dug into their history at that point?
That's a very good question. I'm trying to remember which was the first album. I think it was, I don't know, somewhere in the 2000 something.
Okay.
Uh,
So
uh,
not right at the start, because I think they came out like
mm,
in 96 or 97 or something like that, right?
yes, but I wasn't listening to metal back then.
Right.
So I was into different stuff in the
Right.
90s, and it was my boyfriend, my first husband, who we were together from very early on. So we were
Hmm.
teens when we first were together, and then um, I think it was around when I was 20 or so. The first metal band I ever heard and listened to, because he listened to a lot of metal,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
was well, the first that I fell in love with was Symphony X, because I love Russell Allen's voice, because I'm
Hmm.
all about voice,
I
always
mean, who
listening to
doesn't?
voice. Yeah. So that was me. For me, it was like that was the door to metal, because I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
okay, there's like cool singing here,
yeah.
and not just noise, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
And then somehow we came upon Pain of Salvation somewhere 2000. I don't know, remember exactly, but I really liked, like, I love the way, because their music is genius. I love the way they firstly, of course, Daniel's voice is amazing, and the way they make the songs take you on a journey from point A to point B, like everything happens in one song. All of your emotions, you're happy, you're sad, you're angry, you go through everything. It's like coming from a therapy session. After that, and you don't know if you're okay or but it kind of sets you free every time. So that's what I really appreciate in music, for it to have the ability to, in a way, let you go through all your emotions, and that way you can free them and it heals you.
Yeah. Awesome.
They have that, it's beautiful how they make music. And I've seen them live, and I'm the worst person in live concerts, because if I really like the music, the only thing I do is stand totally silent and just cry. So I'm not very good company. I just cry and I don't want to talk to anyone. So
yeah. Awesome.
But it's really like strong feelings. And I remember here in Helsinki, they were the first time I saw them, I was like just amazed. They just everybody was playing everything. They just changed instruments all the time. I was like, what the that was
great. That's okay. You can swear. Don't worry.
Yeah. I was really like, they have so much talent.
Yeah. So interesting. It's a band. You said already, like, they take you on journeys, and that happens within songs, that happens within albums, but also throughout their history. Like, it's a band, it's hard to label them maybe, but let's just call it generically progressive metal.
I don't do labeling. I hate boxes for people, in
right.
general. So why label music at all? It's music, it's whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so hard with them specifically because they have changed a lot or evolved over the years as well. And
I love that.
You love that. So are you a fan of all the eras? Because I know people that will say that, oh, I like Pain of Salvation, but specifically that time. They also obviously had a lot of people come and go in their lineups as well. But for you, you've kind of been there.
I have my golden era.
Okay.
The first album that really struck me to the core was Road South 1. That was when I kind of died, That really took me, and I've listened to it probably months of my life, repeatedly. When I was doing the Camino de Santiago, this pilgrimage. Yeah. I had a few records that I was just, I was listening to them on repeat. So I walked over 1,000 kilometers. So Road Salt 1 was there for a lot of times, and also a few other albums for Pain of Salvation. Well, one.
Yeah.
There was two albums that I really, really started. I tried to, wear them out, but they don't do that.
Yeah. So does that mean, you say that you were walking, but does that mean, based on what you said before, that all these other pilgrims on this tour were just really surprised to see this one crying Finnish lady in the middle of the road listening to her music?
Yeah, I think there was a few surprises. One of them was because I'm a really private person, and I went to the pilgrimage not telling anything about myself. I didn't want to say anything, what I do, or because I don't like labeling,
Yeah.
I just wanted to meet people as people and not know what if they're, doctors or whatever. And I didn't tell anyone anything about myself. And then there was this one refuge. Is it refuge?
You mean for the pilgrims to stay the night?
Yeah, it was a small private Catholic refuge or refugee. Yeah, refuge. So those were the places that you could stay overnight for free. And I was sleeping on the floors, and there was no bed, so I ended up just sleeping on the floor many times, sometimes outside. It's okay. But then I was there, and you usually had to do some chores to pay for your stay, and maybe and some places offered you some food, and then you did some chores to them. And then all of a sudden, after a dinner there, they said that, okay, to pay for this dinner that you just ate, everybody has to sing. I don't want to sing.
Yeah, I don't want to show off.
Yeah, and I'm not here to sing. I'm not at work. Because for me, I was like, no, it's gonna ruin everything.
Yeah.
Well, then I had one friend that knew that I was walking with him every now and again, and he knew that I was listening to metal, and he just whispered, because he saw me panicking, like, I don't want to do this, and he said, like, just sing metal. And
that's worse.
Yes. And then my turn, everybody was singing beautifully, and then me not wanting to do this and not wanting to fit in, I don't know what happened. I started not to sing Pain of Salvation, but I started to sing Burn. The sky is red, I don't understand. And I went like crazy. And the Catholic priest, you should have seen his face. He was like, he really, I think there's a, somewhere in the Catholic books is like, there's a demon woman.
Yeah.
Because I really shouted the burn, there. And everybody was like, what the fuck happened? And everybody went silently, and nobody talked to me that night. But next morning, the priest came to me when I was there having breakfast, and he came like, hi, I just wanted to ask, is your voice okay? Is your voice okay? Aww. I was like, yeah. Yeah, that's the story. So a lots of listening to too much metal on the Camino, but yeah.
And so you said this particular album, and then I have a feeling that if I if I ask about a specific song that stands out for you, we're gonna quickly highlight 3 songs that means something special to you. Pain of Salvation. Fair assumption that the first one is gonna be on that album.
Road Salt 1, yeah. I love the whole album. It's, because it's a journey. To pick one is unfair.
Yeah, it's really difficult.
It's a journey, but standing on its own, maybe for me, the theme song, Road Salt. This time I'll try not to get hurt, because I like slow music. I love like strong feeling, because I love like Leonard Cohen. That's my go-to all the time. Or with besides Pain of Salvation, but it's like I love these slow, calming, and kind of for some reason some kind of sadness makes me feel better. It kind of, calms me down for some reason. I don't know what really fucked up thing causes this, but I kind of it eases me to listen to kind of a little bit sad music. So Road Salt is just beautiful. I can't explain what happens when I listen to it, because it's like there's a lot of feelings of what's the word in English, like when you're being let down.
Disappointment.
Disappointment. That was what I was looking for. Like there's a lot of disappointment for yourself, and maybe for how your life went. Not specifically anyone outside, but there's this personal disappointment of how you chose to walk your way, and the fear of not kind of knowing how to get out the wrong turn. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful, like being so tired that you almost lose all hope and you give up.
Yeah.
But you're still not giving up. You're somehow there, but you're just on the verge of not having the strength to go on anymore. And for me, that's like beautiful.
And that meaning of that song, and just the song as a whole, it almost stands out more like that because it is, if I'm not mistaken, it's the second to last song on the album, and then it's followed by Innocence, which is like this massive long song. So it's almost like the shortness of Road Salt therefore kind of jumps out more, if you will. I don't know, I'm not explaining it well, but it's, to your point, like these albums are journeys, and on its own it's one thing, but it's then because it is preceded by all it's preceded by and then followed by this epic long song, it kind of is this quick
in a way,
moment
it's resting
in time.
place.
Exactly.
It's on the album. It's like that it's the calm before the last storm. Really, but on its own, even it has a lot of meaning. So that's one of the songs that I've always also listening on repeat. Maybe this time the road is just. So we've had the calm before the storm for your first pick. If I have to push you for a second pick, with understanding now how hard this is for you, where would you take us? Are we staying on the same album? Are we going back in time? Are we going more new? This is hard to choose the. No, and I'll state then I'm not first looking at just. Okay, the second most important Pain of Salvation song for me is from Road Salt 2 to the Shoreline. To the Shoreline and going on the Camino is the connection is right there. And I did walk to the end of the world, to the shoreline. Exactly. And it was like, that song is my, power song, Okay. So the previous song, you say like, that's the moment that I'm about to lose all hope. In this song, you find your own confidence, trust, and energy again? Yes. Yeah. This is the one I listen to when I have to get, pumped up and I'm fucking gonna do this, Yeah. And I love the fact that it's not just, like a very happy, energetic song. Right. There's so many emotions still there, but for me, it gives a lot of strength. It has all that needed. Yeah. It kind of, I feel that it kind of tells about myself, in a way, because I'm a ocean girl, Okay. I would go, I would go to the shoreline and into the water, I wish I could die like that. Not now, but when I'm old, hopefully. Okay, good. You're getting slightly worried here. Yes, not now, but when I'm like really, really, really old. Just want to walk into the waves. Can just, just can, if the water could just take me out, Okay, well, it's recorded for all history. For me, it's very calming and home. Yeah. So it's like somehow I love the water. Today we're launching Black Sun, so the new album of the new Black Sun. People that know Black Sun know that it's been around for a while, but it completely rejuggled and re-identified with you as a singer now, as a Finnish-Ecuadorean band, the only Finnish-Ecuadorean band that I know. But there's not many of them in the row, not many, yeah. So all the things that you call out that you like so much about Pain of Salvation are things that almost are like completely inverse with Black Sun, where I was telling the guys when I was talking to them, one of the things that I really like about this album coming out is that it's, to talk about not caring too much about labels, it's
just metal. It's not, you know, it's not melodic symphonic metal. It's not and people are going to, whether you like that or not, they're going to see that you're in the band. They hear a few keyboard touches. Some people are going to label it symphonic metal because of that. But if you actually listen to the album, it's just heavy metal. It's like it stands out in its straightforwardness in a way, which is completely the opposite of Pain of Salvation, who have never been straightforward.
In a way, but there's like different kinds of honesty, and in Pain of Salvation, it's in the feeling, and in Black Sun, it is in the way we approach it, not trying to be something else that we are. So it's like we're like, let's do heavy metal, you know?
Yeah. No, but it's good because we don't.
Let's do heavy metal. Like let's not, because I don't understand why all the time people have to find like some new labels. Like, you don't have to reinvent the bicycle. Just do a fucking good bicycle, you know, build a good one, not a shitty one. Like, not like this is a new model, but it doesn't work. Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, but I did, you know, I had to struggle a bit because I was at times I was out of my comfort zone. I was like, it was because it's not heavy metal as it is in Black Sun album is not what I listen to and what kind of, in a way,
identify with, maybe.
Yeah, identify with or what plays in me musically, because something always plays as a songwriter. But the great thing with this was that we really got to play, and I got to kind of challenge myself to take the heavy metal in, you know, and then writing melodies to this heavy metal stuff, you know. So it was kind of it was fun. It was interesting because I had to challenge myself. So this is the musically, this is the structure, these are the components that are in. Of course, a lot of it were added after writing the melodies, but at that point there was already you could hear like what the song is about. And then writing melodies to that was, and after that lyrics was it was a different approach for me, for my kind of songwriting, because I had to do, you know, I had to write songs to a music that I'm not so familiar with and don't feel so much, you know. I was like, this is very noisy. I was like, oh, this is noisy. And then I had to, you know, feel it and start to love it and find the way to, you know, bring it to life in a way that there's me also in the song.
Yeah.
I really liked it. We had a lot of fun. And I'm glad that it's just heavy metal. And I just can't understand the people that start to label it, you know, symphonic metal with bands that have also female singers. Yeah. Who are eerie, you know, singing in a whole different manner than I am. Like the style is totally different. So I'm like, what? There's nothing similar, but people can, you know, label.
People stay on the surface also.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like the most people will label your band based on a photo, not on a song.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my God. Now I'm depressed.
Oh, all right. Let's go back to the fun part then. Okay.
Yes.
We have time for one more song to call out of Pain of Salvation. So, which might be a depressing song, but maybe it's a fun song. Who knows? Where are you taking us on the last pick?
This? It's awful to just pick, you know, I only have one left. Oh.
One eternity later.
I have two choices. I have to choose. I'm not a good.
Why don't you tell them both?
I'm not bad in choosing songs.
Okay, so if there's two ones that you can't choose between, which are the two?
Because I'm looking at the Road Cell 2 now. There's also Road Cell 1. I have one beautiful song that I love, but I want to pick it from Road Cell 2, even though Road Cell 1 is the most precious album for me.
Yeah.
But this is also from Road Cell 2. Well, I should actually, I don't know why I can, In the Passing Light of Day is also a beautiful album. Actually, this I haven't told anyone, because there's Laurenne Louhimo album coming up early next year, and to that album I hit to the lyrics in every song, part of a tiny part of lyrics, maybe turned around, but songs that I love. So in every song there's a hidden message of a song that I love.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I try to not make it corny, but that was for me kind of a funny exercise that I'm writing them in. It's a secret, but I'm never going to tell what they are.
Well, we're all going to look for it now.
Yeah, everybody has to look for them. But you might now know that there is something from Pain of Salvation, and that's why I'm not going to choose anything from that In the Passing Light of Day album.
Okay.
That gives up. That's going to give it up.
That narrows it down a little bit. Okay.
Yes, but I'm going back actually to the Road Cell 2, and here I have two: Healing Now and Through the Distance.
Healing Now kind of ends the start of the album, and Through the Distance is like the start of the end of the album in a way. So the start of a journey and the end of a journey. What make those songs stand out for you? What makes those songs stand out for you?
Again, they have a beautiful kind of... I love when I see people being strong, even though I see and they show their pain.
Yeah. Vulnerability is strength.
That's true. That's true strength.
Yeah,
in both of those songs, this is present. This strength of being able to show the pain, and that's what I like about it. And again, for me, they are soothing.
Yeah,
both of them. It's like, it's not that I only like these. I love all of the.
They're just extra special.
Yes. Like there's all of these albums that I've stated are constantly on my, I don't have a player, but
on rotation, heavy rotation. Yeah. Well, and as of today, we can add a new album to that rotation, just to forcefully bring it back to the Black Song album and release. I know that you guys are planning some stuff. We obviously hope to see many more shows being announced. I know that if it's up to the band members, there will be lots of fire and production and everything going on. So the dreams are big.
The guys want it all,
Yeah, exactly. But hey, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Netta, it was so fun talking to you, and thank you for, as a private person, opening the door a little bit and letting us in, and knowing what are those songs and albums that really supported you, whether you're on a pilgrimage or on your career. And we can all go look for those Easter eggs when the new Louhimo album comes out.
Yes, yeah. In every song there's a line,
a reference.
There's a hidden message. Yes.
All right.
From the Black Sun album, do you want to know what's my favorites?
Absolutely.
Well, you can probably guess, because I love them, of course,
there's one song a little bit more vulnerable than the others, so I have a sneaking suspicion.
When the album came out at midnight, I went to listen to 3 songs.
Okay.
One of them is not that that's not so well. Of course, Stars was one of them,
Right.
But then Mercenary, because I love it, because I've always wanted to just talk, I hope that when I'm old I could get to be as cool as Leonard Cohen and just talk, you know, through the last album. That's my dream come true. And now I got to, you know, play a bit with this, just talking on a low voice. So it was, for me, that's special for that reason. And then The Man Without a Shadow.
Far beyond the stardust, that's where the tales tell she's from.
It's an interesting one, because the people that haven't listened to the album yet, it ends the album, and we were talking like everything's kind of like just straightforward metal. Also, the ballad as well it is a, you know, power battles are metal as fuck.
Yeah.
But Man Without a Shadow has maybe even a little bit more of an AOR side to it, and it's a little bit more like it's a little different than the rest, if you will.
Yeah, it is. I like it. I like it a lot. But it's more like in my comfort zone, you know.
Yeah.
And then, but that was the funny thing to get together these Ecuadorian, the personas and the passion and what they've been listening there. It's their musical heritage, and then ours, and Nino's being really in heavy metal, or metal in general. Like he's all about this basic stuff. And I come in with a, something else. So it was fun, but we can hear all of us there. So all of us have our favorite songs because they are closest to our own musical taste. So
Awesome. Well, I hope that we get to see all these different musical influences come together on a stage sooner rather than later, and we'll keep our eyes open and our fingers crossed.
So. Like we get to Canada also.
Yes. Otherwise, we have to come to you. Yes, well, we'll throw you in the lake here. Not in the winter because it will be frozen, but you're from Finland, so you know exactly what that's like.
Yes, I do ice swimming. Yeah.
There you go. In that case, come here in the winter. It'll only be minus 30 degrees, but you'll feel right at home.
Yes, because the water is at 0, so it's nothing.
There you go. Awesome. Netta, thank you so much for your time. This was a lot of fun for me. Thanks for opening up and sharing all these, special stories. And I know it won't take long before I get a chance to talk to you again, because you always have something coming out in the immediate future. Thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful rest of your release day. Have fun tonight.
Thank you.
And we'll keep our eyes open for all the announcements.
Wonderful. Great. Thank you so much for your time.
You are awesome for watching this video. Click right here to see more content like it and subscribe to the channel.